and welcome. You are watching Business Today. I am Neetu Chandra Sharma. In this earnings special, we will look at Q2 FY26 results of Diagnostics major Metropolis Healthcare. The company reported a 23% rise in revenue to Rs 429 crore and a 19% growth in EBITDA, which is driven by steady momentum in wellness and specialty portfolios, with a strong growth in Tier 2 and Tier 3 markets and a 200% dividend announcement. To tell us more what Metropolis is doing to expand its presence across India, I have with me on the show Surendran Cheman-Kotal, Managing Director, Metropolis Healthcare. A very warm welcome to you, Surendran. Thank you for taking time out for us. So this time I would, congratulations for a good quarter, and I would like to understand from you that what are the driving force and what are the growth drivers for this particular quarter for you?
Hello, Neetu, and greetings to you and to all your viewers. Yes, we have had a very good emphatic quarter. In Q2, we grew the revenues by 23%, and have also margins have got further expanded in the Q2. See, if you look at it, two or three big drivers for growth as well as us, if I can summarize it. One, of course, is our specialty business has done extremely well. At a group level, we have a 33% growth from the specialty business, and on an organic level, we have 15% growth in the specialty business, which is one of the growth drivers. Second one is True Health, which is our illness and wellness bundle packages. We grew by about 21% on an organic basis, about 24% at a group level. So True Health has really contributed well for us. In this Q2, particularly, our B2B business also done extremely well for us. So we have grew about 14% on the B2B business, from an organic basis. And of course, overall basis, if you look at 23% growth, if I can split that into organic growth, which is 12%, and 11% is coming from the acquired entities business that we got this year. So that's adding up to 23%. So these are the various contributors into growth story of Q2.
Okay, so the test volumes have grown by double digits. So how sustainable is this trend for you going forward?
Well, test volumes, this year we will continue to be at that level because of, the acquired entities. But otherwise, a 6 to 8% test volume is definitely sustainable from a long-term basis.
Okay, so let's talk about the core diagnostics acquisition. It has actually turned around very well. So how did you achieve profitability within the 2 quarters, if you want to share those insights with us?
Yeah, so when we acquired Core Diagnostic, we were at break-even levels in Q4 last year, and Q1 we did it to single-digit margins, small single-digit margins, and Q2 is a high single-digit margins. Basically, we have just worked on the integration synergies. So Core Diagnostic and us, wherever we have duplicate assets, for example, labs, offices, centers, etc., we just integrated into one. There are about 7 or 8 labs of core diagnostic we could shut down and bring all the volumes into the Metropolis labs, and similarly offices, and so all those kind of low hanging fruits in terms of synergies actually we worked on. Then of course there are procurement synergies because of the size of Metropolis. We could get much better negotiated rates from on reagent, consumable, etc., and now we could apply most of those rates for the core diagnostic as well. Then of course there are people synergies because when you have two big companies coming together, there are duplicate roles, and over a period of time you will start seeing that those roles are, we can bring them into more productive scenario. So those are the things which is really played out in the early part of the year, and the integration is still in progress. We have 6 more months to go at least for completing the integration, and we would definitely like to see the margin further expanding during this year.
Let us talk about the B2B segment. It grew by like 33% or so. So how is this channel important for your overall strategy?
So very important. B2B channel are very important. I think at a consolidated basis, about 40-45% of our business is coming from B2B. And core diagnostic is largely a fully B2B business. Almost 80% is a B2B business. So 33% growth that you are seeing is largely aided by the volumes coming in from core diagnostic. Otherwise, on a standalone basis, we grew about 14%. Important channel, we have made all the B2B business like government, clinical trial, hospital, everything is now part of the B2B business, and we are clearly focusing on it. We are improving the ease of doing business of all these channels with us. We have B2B portal, B2B support system, help desk, and so on and so forth. So at least all the B2B customers find it very easy to do business with us. And of course, the quality of Metropolis is always been one of the attractive factors as far as the B2B clients are concerned.
Would you also tell us more about the specialty portfolios that has actually shown a strong growth? So what is driving demand in these categories?
See, Metropolis, if you look at it, is largely a specialty company. Today, close to 40% of our business is coming from specialty, and all segments of specialty, whether it is oncology, whether it is nephrology, neurology, women, child health, gastro, and then infectious diseases. All these segments, we have created a very high connect with all the clinicians in the country, all the top specialty doctors in the country are been we continuously engage with them, and our people go and meet them and tell them about the improved test capabilities, turnaround time, and how we can partner with them in making sure their patients the disease have been diagnosed in a much better way. So that always will be our cutting edge over the rest of our players in the market, and we continue to play there by investing in technology, investing in people, investing in test capabilities, etc.
Okay, Metropolis has been expanding in tier 2, tier 3 cities. We have been seeing the acquisitions and mergers here. So how has this particular segment, this M&A activity has contributed to the overall growth of your company, please?
Now, we'll see tier 2, tier 3 expansion and M&A. I will split that actually into two because we are also organically expanding into tier 2 and tier 3. So, if you look at our last 2 to 3 years, we brought in about 70, 75 new labs in the country, and most of it in tier 2 and tier 3 towns, right? Our own labs, Metropolis own labs. And now what we are doing is we are supporting this by increasing the number of collection centers, direct and franchisee collection centers. So tier 2, tier 3 will continue to be a big focus area for us, and we are also seeing great response from the tier 2, tier 3 towns. Whenever we go and put up labs and centers, the customers, the doctors there want to engage with us because they get a much better quality of diagnostic services which otherwise were not available in this part of the country. So that's really helping us. And of course, the two acquisitions that we have done, one in Dehradun, one in Agra, helping us to expand from a tier 2, tier 3 expansion point of view. So overall, the tier 2, tier 3 and the rural business part is getting stronger, and today we are almost about 25% our business is done in the tier 3 towns, and that's going very well.
Are you looking for further mergers and acquisitions going forward?
Yes, we will continue to look for new acquisitions, but I think since we already have 3 or 4 acquired entities in hand, we have a job in terms of integrating these entities. So maybe for the rest of this year, unlikely that we will come out with any new acquisition, but then maybe as we get into the next year, we will keep looking at opportunities for getting more companies into our fold.
So what are the areas and geographical markets that you are looking at?
See, geographically, definitely we will keep looking at north and east. These are the two markets where Metropolis want to further strengthen. With the acquisition we had, this year, Metropolis moved from a 9% contribution in north to 19%. And similarly, we want to make some strides in the east as well. So north and east will continue to be our geography focus areas. But we are not only looking at geography, we're also looking at test capabilities. If someone has got any specialty in test capabilities, we will also look at that as one of the targets of acquisition for Metropolis.
So let us talk about this 200% dividend. This shows a confidence in your financial position. So what's your outlook for the second half of FY26?
Well, I think the dividend that we declare, of course, talks about the confidence in the performance of the company. This is an interim dividend. Let's see how this pan out for the rest of the year, and we continue to maintain this growth momentum, and then we will take a call in Q4, as the next round if that's something that we would like to do.
Okay, if we look at the diagnostics landscape, it is shifting from unorganized to organized. How do you see Metropolis dealing with that?
Well, we are one of the consolidators, if you ask me, right? We are the one who is really getting in all the good quality B2C, targets available in the market and trying to bring them into our fold. We are expanding our own network into now almost 750 towns. We were operating at 300 towns 2 years back. Now we are operating at 750 towns. And as and when good quality, diagnostic chains are moving into the smaller cities, consumers are finding it very, very useful for them to engage with good quality operators like us. And hence, more and more unorganized sectors are actually moving into the organized diagnostic chains. And I see this is getting going forward. We're getting stronger. We hardly find these days any of the new standalone smaller operators putting up a lab in any part of the country. I mean, most of the new labs which has been expanded in the last couple of years that I see are being done by organized players and regional players. So I think consolidation is here to stay, and it's only going to get better in the days to come, and it could be good for the overall healthcare ecosystem.
Surendran, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you very much, Neil.
That was Surendran Chemenkotil talking about outlook of the company going forward. While we follow other news, you stay tuned to Business Today for more updates.